Hey friends, in this series we will look at prompt engineering. In today's session we will look at utilization of prompt engineering for data analysis, primarily data analysis. Okay, and what we are trying to do is look at the scenario of the number of airports in India, and we will try to arrive at an understanding of what has been the historical run rate of construction of these airports in the last 60-70 years, and is India currently at pace with that run rate? Are we doing good? Are we doing bad? And so on. So we will just trying to use different sort of data. What sort of data? Whatever is available in the public forum, we are making use of that. And through today's example, we are making use of Bard Google. Okay, so let's begin our analysis. And mind you, we are totally, just technical people trying to analyze things. Now, this will give you a flavor of how prompt engineering works, and when you are asking different sort of questions, the model, there is a LLM model behind the scene, and those models, they are getting refined. This kind of fine tuning of those models, so that uh, the accuracy increases, the performance increases. Okay, so that is what we are trying to do now, and this will be a skill. Already a lot of recruitments have started around this skill, and this will be a really good skill going forward. So it is based on the concept of you are only as good as the questions you ask, and that is so true in today's world with generative AI. So let's jump into our analysis now. AI. So let us analyze something. So in the latest news, what we saw was there are 74 airports built, and it has doubled, like from 74 to 148 in 2023. So that is the news. So um, so now what we heard in the opposition is saying, they are saying that, hey, you know what, you are faking up the numbers. Okay, so let us analyze using Bard, Google Bard. Let us analyze what is correct. So did the opposition raise this point? Yes. So this news, they are telling it is correct, this news. Okay, and what they are saying here is, so Trinamool Congress MP Sukhendur Shekhar Roy, he had filed an RTI, and then he got a response. So I was just curious, at present, there are how many airports in India? Okay. So it says 148, out of which 129 are operational. Okay. Now opposition says you have not built so many airports in the last 8 or 9 years from 2014. So let us inspect that count as well. So how many airports did India have as of 2014? Let's see what is the response here. We are just trying to analyze. We are not here to say who's right, who's wrong. So India had 74 airports as of 2014, but now there are 148 airports. So one question I have is, out of 148, 129 are operational. What is happening with the remaining 19 airports? So I will ask this question. This is a question I'll ask. Okay, so it says 19 are non-operational, and due to these reasons, lack of demand, financial problems, technical problems, security concerns, and the government is trying to revive some of the non-operational airports in the country as well. Okay, okay. So let us ask in a different way, because sometimes these AIs, they have, you change the question, the answer varies. See, so what I want to do is, I want to ask how many airports did the current government build since 2014, and I don't want them to scan the news repository. I want it from the government website. Now, if I just use the civil aviation websites, then it says only 7 new airports have been put forward. Okay, and the government has also revived 12 non-operational airports. So let me tell you, by reviving means that you, I know that you don't have to invest from scratch, but reviving means that the airport is totally dysfunctional. For example, there is an airport in Bhagalpur where cows and buffaloes are there on the runways and so on. So it has to revive from that state. So 7 are new, like these seven are totally new. Okay, and then 12 are non-operational. These airports the government has also revived, so that means 12 plus 7, 19. So these are also revived. And in addition, government is also in the process of building 15 new airports. And by when? By operational by 2025. So, so that makes it 34. Okay. And now I don't know. This chart is not able to give me the number of 74. Okay, we are only able to tally 34 as per our data analysis process of whatever data is available in the news forums or on the websites publicly accessible. So now I want to know how many airports are projects in flight, like under construction. So I've put this question. So there are 15 airports under construction in India as of 2023. Okay, so I want a list of these airports just to see which ones are these. So you have like Shivamoga Airport under construction, and then you have Jewar Airport in UP, Noida, Purandar Airport in Pune, Orvakul, Kurnool, Mopa Airport in Goa, Sindhudurg Airport, Kalyani Airport in Calcutta, Holongi Airport in Arunachal, Rajkot Airport in Gujarat, Navi Mumbai International Airport, Maharashtra, Raurkela, Odisha, Rewa Airport, Madhya Pradesh, Ma Dantare Airport, Chhattisgarh, and then Bhogampuri Airport, Andhra Pradesh, Agra Airport. So these are under construction. Okay, so that means 7 new airports have been built and 12 airports have been revived. That means 19 airports. Let's consider this count 19 in, and then the remaining are under construction to be operational by 2025. Let's see how was history playing. So I'm just checking historically between 1991 and 2013 how many airports did we build. So in this 24-year period we built 17 airports. Okay, so first of all, like in 9 years, if we have already done work on 19 airports and 15 more to go in the next 2 years, that means 34 airports in 11 years or 12 years time is lot more than what the previous regime was doing. Are we able to prove that? Yes, we are able to prove that based on the data. Okay, we are not against or for some government or opposition, etc. We don't care that. We are talking about our data analysis. So, out of curiosity, I am just thinking when we got independence, did we have much of airports? Probably two or three we may be having, but how about checking this here? We are just asking in 1947 how many airports did India have? So, they already had 28 airports. That means the Britishers already built 28 airports for us. So, and in 2013, how many airports we had? So let us ask this one as well. How many airports did India have as of 2013 when the previous regime ended? So India had 74 airports and 28 airports Britishers already gave us. So that is 74 minus 28. This is what uh, got constructed by our government, 46 airports from 1947. So how many years? How many years between 1947 2013? I'm not trying to make up everything. We are doing a data analysis. Yeah, so 66 years. In 66 years, if someone builds 46 airports and they question people in 9 years if they have built 19 airports, or even that is pretty high. So I mean, based on these numbers, whatever we see on through BARD, um, it clearly shows that the current government is trying to do much more than what the previous regimes did over the span of these many years. But obviously, we'll have to take into consideration the fact that 1947 India didn't have a lot of money and a lot of things had to be built. Uh, we are relatively very rich. Okay, so that is an advantage. The disadvantage we have now is our population size was very less in 1947 and it grew multiple times now. That is a disadvantage that we are operating under. So, pros and cons. This completes our analysis on this topic today. Now, people, different parties can claim whatever they want. Okay, we are just going based on the data that we get from government websites. So that's why I am exclusively asking the AI to not include content from the news repositories, because it will kind of manipulate. So how the AI works, it goes to the news websites and says, "Oh, I get a number of 74." So we don't want that. We want from authentic government websites. That is why uh, we have explicitly told this AI not to go to news websites. Okay, and that gives us kind of a true picture. Now, we are not trying to assess someone. So this is our end of analysis. We will keep analyzing, and so this is how you have to do prompt. What we are doing right now is prompt engineering. Okay, so this is prompt engineering that we did now, and this will be a skill going forward. This will be a skill. You, the you are as good as the questions you can ask. In our Indian mythology or Indian history, or the Shastras, a lot of time you will see this sentence: you are only as good as the questions you ask. This is true now with generative AI. The more questions you ask, the AI will go to more depth, and that will help fine tune. Or okay, this is not training, but I think this is fine tuning the models behind this. LLM models are used behind this. It helps you train these models behind. Okay, so we will keep working on more data analysis in the coming days. See you in the next session.